Apple has released more information about what their next step is to continue to be able to sell the Apple Watch in their stores and on their website. If you haven't heard, Apple has been banned from selling the Apple Watch after this week online and in stores. They went ahead and got ahead of schedule, and starting on the 21st, they will no longer have the Apple Watch available on apple.com. And after the 24th, the Apple Watch will no longer be sold in the retail stores. This is insane. It's crazy to see that this is actually happening. If you don't know what's going on, there's a company, I think it's Massimo or something. I'm not really sure how they pronounce it, but they're a medical tech company. And one of the things that they do is they have a patent for ways of detecting oxygen level in the blood. Now, this has been out on the Apple Watch since I believe 2020. I think it was the Series 6 that had it first. And I guess ever since then, there has been a legal battle going on between Apple and this other company. The company has tried to fight them through a different few ways. Recently, they started with the ITC, which is the International Trade Commission, and that has ruled in favor of this company, which gave the government until, I believe, Christmas to veto what the ITC has ruled, and the Biden administration has kept quiet. I guess this has happened before with other products, with the iPhone, with the iPad, and in the past, the government has ruled to just veto it out. It's crazy that all this is coming just this week, and Apple hasn't kind of had much of a plan beforehand. I guess they just figured that the Biden administration would rise up and veto this, but they have not. They've kept quiet, hoping, I guess, that the companies would figure it out. But Apple themselves doesn't seem up to negotiate with this Massimo company. So in turn, Apple has reported that they are working on a software fix to try to get around whatever patents that Massimo is claiming that they have infringed on. Now, Massimo says everything is basically hardware based, and it's actually the way the red light gets through the skin to detect that blood oxygen level. So software fix should not work in any case unless the software fix is turning the feature off, which is a solution, but probably not one that will make a lot of customers happy. Now, this solution probably won't affect existing customers. If you already have an Apple Watch, I can see Apple not wanting to affect you because they're not really legally binded to take it off completely. It's just future sales, from what I understand. They will no longer be able to sell any watches with this feature or import any watches with this feature into the US. In that case, the easiest fix would be to just disable this feature on new watches, maybe remove it from the Apple Store, but that may not be what Apple's doing. Apple may try to figure out like a band-aid fix that still uses it, maybe gets through a couple things and allows them to live to fight another day with keeping the Apple Watch in the store. Either way, since this is a software fix, it's gonna have to go through like their normal steps to be tested properly. Usually when Apple releases new software, it goes through a fairly long beta program. But in this case, they may have to skip all that to get something out quick enough so they can get the Apple Watch back in stores by the earliest possible. Otherwise, it might be like a month. I don't know. This is like unheard of. Apple does not seem to want to pay this company. For whatever reason, they feel like they are being attacked. This company claims that Apple has infringed, not only just infringed on their technology, but also has stolen employees that have taken like trade secrets with them. I mean, it's insane, everything going on. We only have a couple more days before we will see if Apple actually follows through and removes the Apple Watch for sale, or if the Biden administration actually acts and vetoes this so that Apple can continue to sell the Apple Watch, or if Apple decides to pay up. But I honestly don't expect that this will be the last video I make on this topic this week. If you want to keep up to date, please hit that subscribe button. If you have what's your thoughts on this? There's been a great conversation going on in the comments on these videos, so feel free to join down below. Let me know what your thoughts are. Let's have a little discussion. Like, do you think Apple's in the right? Do you think this Massimo company's in the right? Do you even use this feature? Like, this feature isn't even like, in my opinion, that big of a feature on the Apple Watch. I personally feel like it's probably only used by about maybe 5 to 10% of people that, and it's not even supposedly all that accurate. So maybe Apple will just remove it. Maybe that is their software fix, is just to remove it from their devices for now. Stay tuned, because I'm sure I will have another video out this week talking about this subject. If you did happen to miss my first video on the subject, you can click right here to watch that one. Or if you don't really care about this kind of stuff, but you still love the Apple Watch, I do everything Apple Watch. You can click right here to watch another video that YouTube thinks you'll like. Hope you have a great one. God bless.